There are some new shocking allegations against Joe Rogan. I'm not making these allegations, I'm just reporting on them. So, John McAfee, this is the guy who created, remember back in the day on old school computers, the McAfee antivirus thing? He created that. And he's been on the Joe Rogan experience before. And someone asked him why he hasn't been on in like the past 4 years. So he replied by lots of followers asking why I don't go on Joe Rogan's podcast. Been on with Joe before. I'm afraid I offended him. Have reached out over the past 4 years to apologize, but no response from Joe. He carries a grudge. So he then followed up that tweet by insinuating that he was in a hotel room with Joe Rogan and someone who was like a transgendered, and he might have said or did something to offend Joe in that moment. He didn't elaborate on that. And then the next day, he tweeted explaining the situation. So this guy puts, he just mentioned you in a previous podcast, seemed to like you, no signs of any grudge. And then John McAfee puts, he buried the offense in his unconsciousness. Involved a party in Bangkok, attended by trisexuals, trannies, albino twins from Romania, three goats, a boa constrictor, a dominatrix from Russia, two anal fisting instructors, and a 26-year-old virgin. I was offended by the treatment of the boa constrictor by the Russian transgender. Yeah, this is his claim that he was at this party in Bangkok with Joe Rogan, and like he expounds more even here. He puts, did it offend him on the show? It happened in Bangkok. Joe wanted to visit a high-end brothel. I was fine with it. Even the goats, the jellyfish, and albino girls of questionable gender. But I was put off by the treatment of the boa constrictor by the Russian tranny. Now, I've heard stories about Joe Rogan over the years, right? And of course, there was the whole infamous falling out with Howard Stern. Because in a similar fashion, I think it was off the radio, Howard Stern commented on what Joe was doing, and Howard said Joe was offended. That's why Joe Rogan never went on the Howard Stern show again, and then started doing Opie and Anthony. So I don't know. These seem like crazy claims to me, but there are allegations being made by this John McAfee dude. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe this, not believe this? Or if you have any insights as to evidence to any of these things involving Joe Rogan. So let me know in the comments. But yeah, insane.